Good evening, everyone. Today we will discuss about case study on thermal pollution. So we know that thermal pollution is defined as the addition of excess of undesirable heat to water that makes it harmful to man, animal, or aquatic life, or otherwise cause significant departures from the normal activities of aquatic communities in water. And the source of thermal pollution is nuclear power plants, coal fired power plants, industrial effluents, and domestic sewage and hydroelectric power. See, these are the sources of thermal pollution. And the nuclear power plants, including drainage from hospitals, research institutes, nuclear experiments and explosions discharge a lot of unutilized heat and trace of toxic radionuclides into nearby water streams. So emissions from nuclear reactors and processing installations are also responsible for increasing the temperature of water bodies. The operations of power reactors and nuclear fuel processing units constitute the major contributor of heat in the aquatic environment. And the effects of thermal pollution is reductions in dissolved oxygen and concentration of dissolved oxygen decrease with the increase in temperature of water and increase in toxicity. So the rising temperature increases the toxicity of the poisons present in water. 10 degrees Celsius rise in the temperature doubles the toxic effect of potassium cyanide, while 80 degrees Celsius rise in the temperature triples the toxic effects of oxylene, causing a massive mortality of fishes. Interference with biological activities. The temperature is considered to be of a vital significance to psychology, metabolism, and biochemical process in controlling the respiratory rates and digestion and excretions and overall development of aquatic organisms. And the temperature changes totally disturb the entire ecosystem. Interference with reproduction. In fishes, several activities like nest building, spawning, and hatching, and migration and reproductions, etc., depend on optimum temperature and direct mortality. And utilize the heat in water is responsible for direct mortality of aquatic organisms. The increase in temperature exaggerates the microorganisms and shortens their lifespan. So above particular temperature, death occurs to fish due to the failure respiratory systems, nerve system process. So food storage for fish. Change in temperature allows the seasonal vibrations in type of abundance of lower organisms. The fish may lack the right food at the right time. And the proof of thermal pollution and threat to be the lake. And this is the control measures of thermal pollution. The following methods can be adopted to control the high temperature caused by the thermal discharge. So first one, cooling towers. The use of water from water system for cooling purpose with subsequent return to the waterway. So after passage through the condenser is termed as a cooling process. To make it more effective, cooling towers are designed to control the temperature of water. Cooling towers transfer some of the heat from hot water to the surrounding atmosphere by the process of evaporation. So cooling water is generally used is to the recovered waste heat to eliminate the problems of the thermal pollution. So cooling tower of the two types, so wet cooling water and dry cooling water. And then cooling points ponds is that cooling ponds are the simplest method of cooling thermal discharge. And this is a wet cooling water, and this is the dry cooling water. And the sperry ponds is that the water coming out from a condenser is allowed to pass into the ponds through the sprayers. So here the water is sprayed through the nozzles as fine droplets. So heat from the fine droplets gets dispatched to the atmosphere. And artificial lakes. So artificial lakes are man-made bodies of water which for possible alternative to once through the cooling. So the heated effluents can be discharged into the lake at the one end, and the water for cooling purpose may be withdrawn from the other end. And nuclear hazards is the radioactive pollution. So in that radioactive pollutions, we have the sources of natural sources and man-made sources. And due to the UV visible cosmic rays and microwave radiation, and 600 power plants and X-rays 95% is radiant exposure, and no power plants is perfectly contaminations proof and emit radiations. And then there is control measures from the nuclear hazards. The nuclear device should never be exploded in air, and these activities are extremely or the should be explored in the underground. And it's the natural sources, and this is the man-made sources. And this is the effects of nuclear hazards. The radiation pollution of the environment is one of the most variable ecological causes which are subjected severely. So studies have shown that the health effects due to the radiation depends on the level of doses. And these are control measurements. The closed cycle coolant system using tightly sealed boxes, and use high chimneys and ventilators at working place. And this is disposal of radioactive wastages, and high level wastages and medium level wastages. And low level wastages, solid or liquids with trace of radioactivity. And role of individual as prevention of pollution, plant trees, and it helps the pollution prevention and then the pollution control. Use natural resource efficiently, recycling, and use the CFC for a free refrigerator, and use natural gases than the other gases. Reduce deforestation, so use the less pollution products. And this is a Bhopal gas territory. That accident in Bhopal city, Madhya Pradesh. So on night 3rd December 1984, and exploded due to the failure of cooling system, and 40 tons of mic leaked into the atmosphere. And these are effects of mic spread over 40 square kilometer area, and 5,000 persons are killed, and 65,000 of people suffered from the a respiratory and neuromuscular disorder, and 1,000 people become blind. Thank you.